I still can't believe we're saying this out loud. After years of silence, rumors, and endless fan speculation, Malcolm in the Middle is finally back. And not just back, but reimagined for a whole new generation. But here's the twist no one saw coming. The chaos didn't disappear, it just evolved. And according to Christopher Masterson, stepping back into that world felt less like acting and more like stepping into a time warp that refused to let go of the past. At the premiere of Malcolm in the Middle, Life's Still Unfair, streaming April 10th on Hulu and Disney+, the atmosphere was electric. Fans who grew up with the dysfunctional brilliance of the Wilkerson family were suddenly face to face with something they never thought they'd see again, a continuation of a story that shaped an entire era of television. And right at the center of it all stood Christopher Masterson, the man who brought Frances to life, now reflecting on what it truly means to return after 2 decades. To understand why this moment feels so surreal, you have to go back to where it all began. Malcolm in the Middle wasn't just another sitcom. It was chaos, rebellion, and raw family energy wrapped into one unforgettable package. It broke the fourth wall, challenged traditional storytelling, and introduced us to a family that felt messy, loud, and painfully real. And at the heart of that madness was Francis, the rebellious older brother who seemed destined to resist everything, especially authority. Fast forward 20 years, and the question on everyone's mind is simple. What happens when chaos grows up? According to Christopher Masterson, the answer isn't as simple as fans might expect. The family is still the family, the same emotional core, the same unpredictable dynamics. But life has moved forward. The characters have aged, their situations have changed, and yet somehow the heart remains exactly where it was. When we last saw them, Lois was screaming at Malcolm, declaring that he would one day become the president of the United States. It was intense, overwhelming, and completely on brand for the show's signature chaos. Malcolm, of course, was terrified by the weight of that expectation. That moment felt like the peak of pressure. But now, 2 decades later, we discover something even more shocking. Malcolm didn't just grow up, he ran away from it all. In this new chapter, Malcolm is living what he considers his dream life. He has a daughter he loves, a girlfriend, and a job that gives him purpose. But the real key to his happiness, staying as far away from his family as possible. Yes, the same family that defined him is now the one thing he's trying to escape. But of course, in true Malcolm in the Middle fashion, peace never lasts. At the exact same time Malcolm is building his carefully controlled life, Hal and Lois are planning their 40th anniversary, and attendance is not optional. That's right, the entire family is being pulled back together, whether they like it or not. And just like that, the stage is set for chaos, confrontation, and the kind of emotional explosions only this family can deliver. But for Christopher Masterson, one of the most powerful moments wasn't even in the script. It was walking back onto the set, or more specifically, walking back into the house. The production team recreated the iconic Wilkerson home with stunning accuracy. Every hallway, every piece of furniture, every tiny detail that fans remember so vividly. But there was one unexpected twist. This time, filming didn't take place in California. Instead, the set was rebuilt in Canada, creating a strange, almost surreal disconnect between memory and reality. And that's where the time warp feeling hit the hardest. According to Masterson, the cast walked in together, almost instinctively reaching out to touch everything: the couch, the walls, the hallway. It wasn't just a set, it was 7 seasons of memories frozen in time. And in that moment, the years seemed to disappear. It wasn't just emotional, it was overwhelming, because for a brief second, it felt like nothing had changed. But of course, everything had. One of the biggest questions surrounding the reboot is whether the rebellious spirit of the characters still exists. After all, Francis was the definition of rebellion, constantly pushing boundaries, rejecting authority, and carving his own path no matter the consequences. So where is Francis now? Surprisingly, he's working a cubicle job. Yes, you heard that right. The ultimate rebel has somehow found himself living a structured corporate life, something that feels almost impossible for fans to imagine. But here's where it gets interesting. According to Masterson, Francis actually loves it. The stability, the routine, it works for him. But there's a catch. He hasn't told Lois. Why? Because admitting that he has a stable job would mean she was right all along, and for Francis, that's a victory he simply cannot give her. So even after all these years, he's still hiding, still resisting, still the same rebellious spirit at his core. And that's what makes this reboot so fascinating. It's not about changing the characters, it's about revealing how they've adapted, or in some cases, refused to adapt at all. Beyond the main storyline, there are hints of deeper layers waiting to be uncovered. Masterson teases that there are elements of Francis's life that he can't fully reveal yet, things that have happened over time, shaping who he is now. And if there's one thing fans know about this show, it's that nothing is ever as simple as it seems. Every character carries history, every relationship carries tension, and every moment has the potential to explode into something unforgettable. With only 4 episodes in this reboot, fans are already asking the big question, is this just the beginning? Masterson doesn't hold back his hopes. In fact, he openly admits he'd love to see 1,000,000 more seasons. His passion for the show is undeniable, and it's clear that returning to this world has reignited something powerful within him. But ultimately, the future of Malcolm in the Middle rests in the hands of its creator, Linwood Boomer. According to Masterson, the heart of the show has always been rooted in Boomer's personal experiences. The original series was inspired by his childhood, a chaotic, unpredictable upbringing that translated perfectly onto the screen. Now, this new reboot reflects something entirely different: adulthood. It's the same story, just told from a new perspective. And that shift opens the door to endless possibilities. Because growing up doesn't mean leaving chaos behind. It just means facing it in new ways. One of the most iconic elements of Malcolm in the Middle was its ability to break the fourth wall, allowing characters to speak directly to the audience, creating a connection that felt personal and immediate. And yes, that signature style is back. In true Malcolm fashion, the characters once again look straight into the camera, blurring the line between fiction and reality. It's a reminder that no matter how much time has passed, the soul of the show remains intact. And in a moment that perfectly captures the spirit of the reboot, Christopher Masterson delivers a message directly to fans. Dear Malcolm fans, life still may be unfair, but if you want to, you can tune in and binge all 4 of our episodes simultaneously, which to me sounds very fair. It's simple, it's nostalgic, and it's exactly what fans needed to hear. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about a TV show coming back. It's about reconnecting with a piece of our past. It's about seeing characters we grew up with navigate the same struggles we face now. It's about realizing that no matter how much life changes, some things never do. The chaos, the love, the dysfunction, it's all still there. And maybe that's what makes this return so powerful. Because in a world that feels constantly uncertain, there's something incredibly comforting about stepping back into a story that reminds us life has always been a little unfair. And somehow, that's exactly what makes it worth watching.